Hey, Polly, I'm just checking out this really massive web.
Oh my gosh, spiders freak me out.
No. Look at this guy, and oh my goodness, we have a spider that has joined us here. Polly, did you know, like, spiders, they're kind of cool. There's nothing to really be afraid of. An interesting fact about spiders, no matter whether you are inside or outside, they say that you are always generally about 3 feet away from the nearest spider.
No, oh my gosh.
Oh, and speaking of, there's a spider right here. Now, it is a myth that they would actually be at least 3 feet away from you, but it really depends on where you are. You're much more likely to find them outside hanging around as opposed to inside, but they are among us here. So spiders are pretty cool.
They are. I'm getting used to them.
Hi, my name is Ann. I work for the City of Glendale in the Water Services Department, and we are here at the Glendale Xeriscape Garden that surrounds the main library. And spiders are really cool. They are classified as arachnids. They have 8 legs, and some of them can be quite large. But spiders generally are, not out to get us or bite us per se. Some of them do carry venom and can cause harm, but for the most part, spiders usually like to be left alone. You usually find them in dark, shady, cool corners, like a dusty windowsill, or maybe outside in the center of cactus, somewhere dark and somewhere that's not as easily disturbed. And generally in the garden, spiders are really cool because they are Mother Nature's pest control. They're predators. They eat insects that would normally be chowing down on some of the plants that we grow in our yard. Spiders do not eat plants. They eat small insects. They will eat other smaller spiders. Spiders, they're really good to have around.
Wow, spiders really are important.
They are. Spiders, they aren't that creepy at all. For a garden, they're Mother Nature's pest control. They would commonly eat bugs like crickets, aphids, grasshoppers, and these are insects that would normally eat a gardener's vegetables like tomatoes or bell peppers.
Ooh, yeah.
So they're really good to have in the garden. And some of the webs that spiders spin can actually be used to bind nesting materials from some of our backyard birds that we have here in Arizona. So there are a lot of really cool benefits that spiders can provide, and most of the time they're usually hiding. They're not necessarily out there to scare us per se. They like to be left alone.
Oh, cool. That's awesome. Are you ready to get started?
Yeah.
Little Miss Muffet sat on a tuffet, eating her curds and whey. Along came a spider and sat down beside her and scared Little Miss Muffet away. Now we're going to read a book. How about I'm Trying to Love Spiders by Bethany, Barton, and thank you to Viking Press for allowing us to read this today. I'm Trying to Love Spiders, Words and Pictures by Bethany, Barton. Got a lot of spider pictures. I keep telling myself, spiders are cool. I want to love them. Me plus spiders forever. I mean, spiders have been around for millions of years, moving silently, swinging into action. I want to think of them like bug ninjas. Like this spider right here. I'm going to try really hard to like him. Maybe if I study him for a while. I think it's working. Ah, it's moving. Squish it, squish it, squish it. That didn't work. But next time will be better. Next time, I'll focus on all the cool superpowers spiders have, like 8 eyes, extreme close-up, and spider webs. Spider webs are cool. There's a funnel web, an orb web, a sheet web. Spiders spin webs out of protein-packed spider silk they make themselves. That's like you or me building a house with our hair and then catching food on it, pizza. Some spiders even have billions of tiny hairs, called scopula, on their legs that let them stick on walls or ceilings. Oh my gosh, there's another spider stuck on there. Smash it, squish it, get it right now. Oh. We're not very good at loving spiders yet. If only spiders were more like things I really love, like burritos and soccer and rocket ships. Instead, their closest relatives are also totally gross. Arachnid family reunion, scorpion, tick, ugh. But it's not like I'm scared of every icky thing. It's just something about spiders. Maybe it's the fact that almost all spiders are venomous. Or are they? Spiders can't chew very well, much like your baby sister. They need liquid food, like milk. Since no one's invented a tiny spider-sized blender, spiders rely on their venom to dissolve their dinners, making bugs soft and slurpable. But to be fair, while there are about 40,000 known species of spiders, only a few can bite humans, and even fewer can harm you with their venom. Wanted, dead or smashed a lot. Female black widow, brown recluse, for being poisonous enough to ruin your day. Fatal spider bites are so rare, you have a better chance of getting struck by lightning. Oh my gosh. Okay, don't panic. But there's definitely a spider over there. And we're not going to squish it this time, right? We'll just try to pet him, maybe. Can you pet spiders? Let's try. Whoops. Nope, we squished him. I'm never going to love spiders at all at this rate. Maybe I should focus on what spiders are good at. Like eating bugs. That's got to be helpful, right? A single spider can eat over 75 pounds of bugs in a year. 75 pounds of total grossness, bugs. Here's a 75-pound boxer. I've even heard that some farmers use spiders to keep harmful insects out of their crops. Yikes, spider, fly away. And, oh wait, looks like some of those bugs made it over here. Get out of here, bugs. I can't even read my book with all these. Hey, what's that spider doing? He's catching the bugs in his web. Look at that. Wow, thanks, little guy. That was really impressive. Here's a spider present for you. It's a box of flies. Aw. Aw. Did you make that for me? What a beautiful web with a heart. I think I finally love... cockroach! Squish it, smash it, make it go away. One thing at a time, but I do love spiders. I think webs are one of the coolest things about spiders.
Yeah, I know. I agree. And, we made a couple of spider webs to show you guys. Let's see. So here is one that I made out of string. It took a little while to do, but it looks really cool.
It's cool. It looks like a work of art. That's super cool. And here's one I made out of string and sticks.
Wow! Now, this actually resembles, a natural spider web that we would see.
Yeah, like a cobweb, and it's perfect for catching flies. Usually the cobwebs are sticky, so the flies stick to them.
Nice.
And grown-ups, this is a cool science activity that you can do at home with your kids. Just grab any kind of random object. It could be string, cotton, sticks,
shoelaces,
pipe cleaners, and have your kids make their own spider webs. And you can have an extra challenge. You can toss little things at the spider webs and see if they stick. Okay, let's see.
Here we go.
Oh!
Oh! One more try.
But that's just something fun to do at home and see how strong the webs are that you guys make.
Do you know what my favorite spider is?
What?
The tarantula.
Ooh.
Let's go meet one in person. How about it?
Yes, I'm on board. We just took a field trip to Pratt's Pets and Feed in Glendale, Arizona, and we're here with Zach Stevens, assistant manager at Pratt's, and we have a special guest.
Yes. So Zach, tell us what you are holding.
So this here is a Costa Rican striped knee tarantula. It's a female, and she's definitely a little active this morning. But
it's amazing how quickly she moves. You almost don't think something that big would mainly be kind of like really stealthily moving slowly, but she's moving super quickly.
Tell me about like what she eats.
so she is on a diet of mainly insects. In the wild, these will kind of eat opportunistically any smaller animal than them, really. They'll eat rodents, small birds if they come upon them, and mostly insects, though.
Oh, wow.
Here at the store, she's eaten crickets for the most part, and these guys, they can take down prey pretty close to the size of them.
Wow.
Wow.
That's amazing. And I've heard that tarantulas have the ability to, like, kind of as a defense mechanism, can shoot out hairs.
Yeah, so some species can. This one is not one of them, but a lot of the species in the Brachypelma genus, or the ones that you find like in Mexico, those ones do have those hairs, and they cause irritation, and if they get in your eyes and nose, it'll actually cause like sneezing and eye watering. That way they can get away from a bigger predator, like say like a big mammal or something.
I see.
She's beautiful. So would she be considered nocturnal?
Most tarantulas are more nocturnal, especially ones centered around like hotter desert areas, kind of like the Arizona species. You see them come out more at night because it's so warm. But yeah, generally their prey is out at night, so are they.
Now, do they make a web?
They can make webs. These ones don't make a web, say, like up high, kind of like a true spider. They make more like ground-dwelling webs, kind of like almost like a mat on the floor. It helps them like know when a prey is close by, and yeah, it just kind of like makes them more aware of their surroundings, and it helps them kind of like solidify their ground.
Now, if somebody is out walking or hiking in the desert and they see a tarantula, what do you recommend they do?
I recommend not approaching it because they are going to be afraid of you. We don't want to stress out the animal, but from a distance you can take some photos, just admire them. They are beautiful animals. They're fairly docile in nature, and just kind of leave them be. Don't approach them too rapidly or anything because they will get scared and run.
That's great.
But they aren't a threat.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Zach.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
And
Of course.
thank you to Pratt's Pet and Feed for allowing us to do this. We're so excited. Oh my gosh. She's moving a
She's
little
very
slower
active
now.
today.
She
Yeah.
is.
She's getting more comfortable with the footing now.
What are the little things in the back of her? Those little
The hooks.
they're hooks? Oh.
So yeah, those are at the base of their feet. They have little hooks, essentially for gripping. That's why they can climb up vertical surfaces. So that's why she can do this,
Oh my gosh.
and why earlier you saw her kind of go on the underside of my hand. She's able to grip on because of those little hooks on her feet.
Oh my gosh. She's fast.
Whoa.
This is probably one of the better like beginner tarantula species for someone like that's looking to have a pet one. Some species are more admire from afar, like these three. But yeah, they do come in a variety of shapes, sizes, colors.
And she seemed to come right up to you when you walked up, like she knew it.
Yeah, this species isn't. So I would never use the term like aggressive in a tarantula. I would mainly say defensive, because we are a predator. We're huge. And these giant things coming down, it's like a predator trying to grab them with their jaw or whatever.
And she wasn't like, "Hi, Zach, it's good to see you this
morning." Right. So that's why at first she's a little bit like, "Whoa, this floor is a little different," and but over time, the more you handle these things, they get more like desensitized to it.
Right, they're used to that. Okay. Oh, cool.
That looks like she's gonna hunker down for now. But the like this species and lots of like the Arizona blonde, which is the common one you find around here. Then lots of the Mexican species like the brachypelmas and like the red knees and all of those. Those ones, their venom's more like a bee venom, like pretty mild. If you don't have an allergy, it's probably not going to affect you too much. Maybe a little localized swelling.
Probably more.
And the only way you're going to get bit by one anyways is if you were
like super
messing with it.
Like really
grabbing a wild one and like really agitating it.
So when they eat, if they've got those fangs, like how does that happen? Do they like pierce the prey?
So essentially she'll usually wait for the cricket to get very close, and within like a matter of a third of a second she's on top of it, fangs in it, and she essentially works her fangs into him after one bite and they're dead though. It's so quick. Just because they are so large, the fangs, I mean, she pierces right through them. And then they kind of almost liquefy them, just kind of like,
the venom,
with some like digestive enzymes and stuff, and then kind of drink them up. A
slushy. Oh, she's thinking now.
She's like, I'm gonna go down in my hole.
Okay, leave me alone.
Maybe they won't grab me.
Meeting the tarantula at Pratt's Pets really made me want to make one. So how about if we go and make a little pinecone tarantula? So our craft is going to be this cute little tarantula, and he's pretty simple. All we need is a pine cone, glue, foam or white paper, craft sticks, pipe cleaners, scissors, and googly eyes. So again, you can always use different things. You can use paper for the legs or make your own eyes. Okay. So the first thing you want to do is have your pine cone. We're going to use this part of the pine cone for his face. So this is the part, let's see where it came from the tree, so it's a little bit flatter. So you want to use this part for the face. And you can find a pine cone, if it's not in your yard, I bet you can find one at one of the local parks, or maybe you have a friend who has a pine tree, or maybe somewhere around, like if on one of your walks you'll find a pine cone. But to get started, this is super simple. All we're going to do is start with the eyes. Glue on the eyes. Spiders have 8 eyes, so that's a lot of little eyes to glue on. Put the bigger ones on your bottom here. Starting to look like a spider. Next thing I'm going to do is the fangs. So I'm just going to cut, I'm using foam, but you can use white paper too. So I'm just going to cut some little triangles. Starting to look like a tarantula. Those tarantulas were pretty neat. So now I have our pipe cleaner. So I folded them in half. And the legs, just kind of get the glue between the pine cone like this. Sort of. There you go. You're gonna just stick them in there. This takes a lot of drying time, so you kind of have to be patient. Just set it aside and let it dry for a little bit. So 2. How many do we need? 8. That's right. Good job. So once the legs are glued down, you can kind of form them to make them more Spidey-like. But here is our tarantula. Isn't he cool? And here's the one that's dry. So see how I kind of bent his legs so he had little joints? There you go. Thank you. Have fun. We had fun today, and thank you to Anne from Water Conservation and Sustainable Living for helping us. This was a lot of fun. And I've learned that spiders aren't so scary and they're quite beneficial. So thanks for putting me on the right track there.